Aries, your money habits mirror how you learn to get what you want when you were a child. Maybe you really wanted a Furby, right? And you're like, I'm gonna hold my parents up at gunpoint until I freaking get that Furby. All right, that's a little extreme, but like when you want something, you feel it. You wanna bask in the glory and the idea of having that thing. You're not worried about like spreadsheets or budgets or like, let's make a plan for how I can go get that. No, that stuff's for squares. And this isn't me telling you that you're greedy or selfish or stupid. It's more about a purity. You understand immediacy in going, or not like sitting back and like scheming and whiteboards. That's why like at work, if there's like a 3:30 p.m. fire drill on a Friday, they're calling in you, the Aries, because you can come in, you can intuit, you can figure things out when there's no playbook, you trust your gut and you get the ball over the line. They're not gonna bring in Greg who's like, I don't know, like is there a handbook for this? Can we run it by the audit? No, Greg, there's no time for that. Now having said that, Aries, for you and the idea of money, sometimes the details do actually really matter. You actually often don't have a huge problem making money. It's more about kind of the keeping it, the maintaining it, the growing it passively. This is not about you having a problem working hard. It's feeling like you've had a lot of successes, you've put a lot of energy out there, but you still see like long-term financial freedom is something far away. Because for you, success, material wealth in abundance, it feels like motion. If something's not really moving or you're not seeing the results or you can't just get it out the door, it feels like it's dying or it's not the right thing or it's not going to be a thing that makes you money. So you do have to internalize that some of the biggest success, financial and otherwise, often comes from a lot of the boring stuff, the little things you do every day. For example, getting into the real nitty-gritty of your budget and really knowing where all your money is. Or maybe you have a side hustle and you have a long-term goal and you got to map out a step-by-step plan for getting there. You have to build in some structure and some process. And I know both those words kind of make you want to go chew on drywall, but it's the reality. So how can you practice them? Maybe you can kind of gamify budgeting, gamify investing, turn it into something that's exciting, a competition with yourself. See it less as, this boring shit that I have to do, and something that can be fun every day. And there's also a mindset shift. You're an amazing kind of ideas person. You're a leader. You want to move towards things. You can kind of get burnt out if you don't have that process. And if you experience failure because of it, sometimes you can get into the state of feeling bitter. You have to accept that it's not enough to just be the ideas person, because no one is coming to save you to help you figure out all the X's and O's. And this is where you get into a state of self-sabotage, not because you're not worthy or because you're stupid or you don't have the skills. It's because you're bored, you're frustrated, you're hurt, and you don't know how and where to direct all that awesome energy.